5 different reasons I like the Fuji X-T4. Reason number 1 is the color science or the look. I think that the 10-bit 420 codec has a really nice rendering of skin tones, so I guess oranges and reds, as well as blues and greens. I'll link to a fun little video up here that shows quick samples of the X-T4. Some are the 10-bit codec in F-Log graded with the Fujifilm LUT, and then there are glimpses of the 1080p turnout with a lower bitrate. For me, it was shocking just to see how different those two looked. I also find that pairing the Fuji X-T4 with Canon FD glass makes for a very stunning image. Number 2, I like the IBIS in the camera. I was a little worried that it'd be warpy or very sticky when you're panning or moving, and I guess to some extent it is, but I was pleasantly surprised. I brought it out on a walk with my dad and my brother, and I was very pleased with how stable it was if you just did a little ninja walk. And it's very nice to have when you're shooting with a fast prime lens or if you're shooting with legacy glass. Number 3, the number of combinations that you have access to make up your recording mode is very daunting at first. You have all intra, you have long op, you have H.265, H.264, MOV, MP4, multiple bit rates, you have 16:9 ratio, 17:9 ratio, 4K, blah blah blah. There's a lot of different options and it's very daunting at first and I didn't like it. But in reality, that gives you so much flexibility and I really enjoy being able to kind of fine tune whatever bitrate I need or what type of look or what type of quality I need in a given situation. So for example, with this one, I know I'm going to mess up a lot when I'm speaking. It's going to be a long take. I'm not going to record in 4K DCI, 17:9, 400 megabits per second, H.265. I need as much time as I can get. So I'm going to be shooting at a lower bitrate, 1080p. But then if I want really good quality, I got that 4K DCI with a high bitrate. Number 4, the autofocus seems to be really good. I haven't used the camera extensively to really comment on this, but from what I've seen so far, I'm fairly confident that the camera will lock on to what it's supposed to and stay there. I see right now that on the screen it's picked up my eye, or at least there's a box around it, so I'm assuming that it's focusing on there. I will say the 16mm 1.4 is very loud when it autofocuses, but I don't think the camera has picked up on it yet. I'm not exactly sure. Again, haven't spent enough time with this camera yet. Number 5 is a number of different things, but the main one is the looks. It's a vanity thing. I love the aesthetics of it, and I'd be lying if I said that the aesthetics alone do not push me to go out and shoot. It really reminds me of the Leica M8 in a sense, just because I think this is a beautiful camera as well, and the way it handles everything is just great. It really makes me want to go shoot with it. Similar effect. And that actually reminds me, the photo taking experience on the Fuji X-T4 is a pleasure just in its own class, and that's largely in part due to the shutter. So if I take a photo with my M8, I mean, the M8 shutter sounds beautiful, I love it, absolutely do, but it is quite loud. So when you compare it to the shutter of the X-T4, is night and day. It's so quiet on the X-T4 that alone really brings you a different sort of satisfaction. It's very nice to shoot with such a quiet shutter. And of course, the image quality is great too. And there we have it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please check out my other videos if you got the time. Not everything's a gear review or gear related, but I think my videos apply to most creatives. Anyways, have a wonderful day. Stay safe. Bye-bye.